All right, welcome to another episode of the TR Talk podcast. This is Tommy Tahoe Alaimo, and I help millennials to fast track their personal development. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I have no voice. I was at a Tony Robbins seminar the last 4 days, 50 hours in 4 days, craziness going on. I'm gonna have another episode to recap all of that, but there's craziness, walking over fire coals, shouting, dancing, all this stuff going on, in the seminar room till 2 in the morning. It was crazy. So that's why I don't have a voice. I'm pushing through. It's Monday night. We're going through brick by brick here. So I want to do a quick housekeeping here. First things first, fan of the week, Courtney Crocker from Tech Target, living on Cape Cod. I don't even know. I think she might have been a fan of the week before, but she's shown so much support. I'm going to give it to her again. And if I haven't, then here's your first go. Thanks so much for the love, Crocs. One last housekeeping item. If you'd like to support the TR Talk podcast, you know how you can do that. You can head on over to wherever you're listening to this, subscribe, leave a review, share it out, and there's a lot more content now. Head on over to tomalaimo.com. Head on over to the YouTube channel for TR Talk, Instagram. There's a lot going on, a lot of content being built, so make sure to keep up with me anywhere that you can. And without further ado, let's dive on into this week's episode. So I mentioned the Tony Robbins conference. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but I am going to talk about one piece of it. And that one piece is a story that he told. And he works with the best of the best in the world. He works with Bill Gates, and he works with the best financial advisors in the world, Ray Dalio and all those guys, Paul Tudor Jones, the best athletes in the world, Serena Williams, the top athletes, and he knows everybody. And there's one person that he mentioned, a surgeon, plastic surgeon in LA, known as the best. And he talked to him, and he wanted to know, how did he make these people so beautiful? What was his practice like? And the guy showed some before and after pictures, and these people went from butt ugly to gorgeous. They dropped 20 years, 65 to 45 in, from what he was doing. So Tony asked him, what are you doing to make this happen? And he said, it's really simple. It's all about 2 millimeter shifts. So he would take, there's several parts of the body, several parts of the face to be specific, that dictate how beautiful you are in layman's terms. So, one example of that is between your nose and your top lip, the bottom of your nose and your top lip. And there's a 2 millimeter difference between being grossly ugly and model material beautiful. So there's a few other pieces around your cheeks and around your eyes. And so this guy would just make 2 millimeter shifts. There's about 6 or 7 of them across the face and completely change what someone looked like. And it got me to thinking too about, golf. I love golf. And think about if you've ever played, when you're trying to make a swing, and it's a 2 millimeter shift between your club head being perfectly on the ball, hitting it straight 200 yards down the fairway, and you move it 2 millimeters one way or the other with your grip, and it goes 100 yards to the left or to the right. It goes askew. So he paraphrased it, and he brought this back to where we are in life, right? It can all be fixed with a 2 millimeter shift. You don't need to go out there and go crazy. I talked to Jason Khalipa about this. His advice to people that wanted to get in shape was not go out there and go run 10 miles the first day. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to be so sore you're not going to be able to move for a month. It's little by little. It's 2 millimeter shifts. So what do I mean by that? If you want to get healthier, let's start with a quick shift. Drop sugar. Drop your refined carbs, your breads. Stop drinking your 3 Cokes a day, or cut back on the booze. If you're in sales, let's make one more call. Let's have someone listen to that call and see, how are your questions? What is the tone of your voice? Can you be sending 3 more emails in a day? A quick shift. If you're running a business, it's, how am I responding to my customers, or what's my customer newsletter look like, or what's the experience that someone has, right after they buy the product or the service. If it's your relationships, it's, what's the first thing you say when you see, your friend or your partner when you get home from work, right? It's just 2 millimeter shifts. It's just little pieces that can end up changing your life and change it for the better, right? So you don't need to go out there and say, you know what, I am going to go into sales and I'm going to make 500 calls tomorrow. I'm going to do that every day. That's just not realistic. Or I'm going to grow my business by 500% this month. Maybe, but probably not. But what you could do is grow it 10% and keep adding that up. Or you could lose 3 pounds this week and keep going on that trajectory. You're not going to lose 30 pounds this week. So my point is, let's start small. Let's have little by little wins that you can stack up and keep going. It reminds me of another thought of just going brick by brick. Gary Vee says that, and everything he does is just one more brick. Every call, every video, every podcast, every post is just one more brick on who he is. So it's not that one thing is going to make the big difference. One workout or one salad or one phone call is probably not going to change your life. But if you do the right things over and over again, you make the small 2 millimeter shifts where you need to, you're going to be in a great spot. So that's the challenge to everyone this week. I got that challenge on my own. I've got a lot of challenges coming from this seminar. I'm going to share them out. I need some more time to get my mind right, get my voice right, get some honey and tea and stuff like that. But make the 2 millimeter shifts, people. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much for listening. Again, if you'd like to support, hit me up. Give me a subscribe, a rate, social. You know where to find me. A lot of love for you guys. Hope you have a great week. Out.